Boom! Here we go. I know, every time I do a sports video on this page, it is always rare. It is always, just not the norm. But that's what I love to do. Anyways, the NFL playoffs literally are starting today. Yes, today. Look, pregame going on and everything. And yeah, we have the predictions, which I'm not gonna yap. I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna get these out of the way. I'm gonna see what my brain thinks. This is a pure document of what my brain will think, and a pure document of, this is what I really thought would happen, which, by the way, if you check back to my actual, record predictions and everything, yeah, I was pretty off. But, anyways, this is real ball knowledge right here. But anyways, Panthers versus Rams, starting it off. That's actually the game that is on, literally the first wild card game in, 30 minutes. But anyways, Panthers versus Rams. There's a hair right there. But Panthers versus Rams. The Rams were really, really, really hot mid-season. Very hot mid-season. The best team, literally, from weeks, 6 to 13? Anywhere from around there. Panthers, they've been looking kind of recently. I'm saying Rams 31, Panthers 28. It'll be a close one. This is Bryce Young's first playoff game, right? Yes, it is. And, yeah. Rams are just too good, though, I will say. Eagles versus 49ers. This one is very interesting. Trent Williams may be coming back. Lane Johnson is coming back. So, a bunch of players coming back. I don't think Fred Warner's coming back just yet. They have to, if they have to win this one for him to come back. I believe he would maybe come back in divisional if they get there. Will they get there? No. I am feeling defensive ball game, but the Eagles have just been, they haven't been themselves recently. 49ers have been hot even with some injuries. They've stayed consistent even with injuries, which is amazing. Eagles have just not looked like themselves. Also too, though, I could really see the Eagles just go in playoff mode and then Saquon goes for 150, which, looking back on it, I already wrote it down, but I kind of convinced myself of that already. But, Bears versus Packers. This one's very interesting. I think Bears will get it, just because Packers' defense is very inconsistent, ever since Micah was injured. I don't know. That's what I think, though. I don't know. That one's very much a toss-up. That one I'm really not sure of. Steelers-Texans. This one I am very sure of. And it's not just being biased as a Browns fan, but yeah. Texans are gonna dominate that game. Really not much to it. It's gonna, I should have put it as a 10-3 game, honestly, because Texans defense best in the league, then Steelers, obviously, their defense is always strong. And Jags versus Bills. This is one that I am weirdly confident about an upset happening. I think Josh Allen is just gonna turn it on versus the Jags defense. I think, with him knowing that Lamar, Burrow, Mahomes not in the playoffs, he knows it's his year. And he knows, I think Josh Allen's just going to have a really good game. Simple as that. And then Patriots versus Chargers. This one's a real 10-3 game, truthfully. I'm saying 10-7. But, Patriots versus Chargers, not much to say about it. Just two stiff defenses. Well, honestly, Chargers, not as much, but that's the first round. There we go. Okay, as you can see, I made a mistake writing it down. I accidentally put the 5th seed Rams at first. But anyways, now we're good. And here we go with divisional matchups. 49ers versus Seahawks. Obviously, we've seen this 2 times in the season. The teams weren't at full health, which they're still not. 49ers specifically, still not. But I believe since the 49ers would advance, I believe they would get Fred Warner back. And Seahawks, Sam Darnold has been known to crumble sometimes. I would really say 49ers take that one, truthfully. Even though it would be in Seattle. I don't know. I've kind of not equating for home and away teams. I feel like I'm not thinking about that enough, which I should have, but oh well. Yeah. Let me think more about that going into the future. I mean, I have a few away teams winning. Literally, like, yeah, 4 out of 6 away teams winning. But it happens in the playoffs. I mean, upsets obviously happen. But, yeah, Rams versus Bears. This one, it would technically be the upset, but if we're thinking about it, you know, it wouldn't really be an upset. Rams, I feel like, would kind of dominate this game. It would be, you know, that defense would be tough on Caleb Williams. Matthew Stafford, he could pick apart Chicago's defense, even though Chicago's corners, very, very, very good. Amazing secondary. Not too much pressure, though, which the Rams' offensive line, it's kind of, I don't know, it's weak, so they could get pressure, but I don't think they would. I really don't think they would. But AFC now. See, now this is where it gets interesting. This one's an absolute toss-up. It could go either way. This one, I feel like I don't know. I think it would be the Broncos' time. It would be the Broncos' time to just win it. I know they've had a weak schedule. I even think they could even, you know, they could go to the Super Bowl if that weak schedule is just, you know, all the one-score games versus all the bad teams. It's kind of glaring, but same could be said about the Patriots too. And I have them beating the Chargers, which, you know, I don't know. But, Texans versus Patriots? Absolute toss-up. Battle of two great defenses. Drake May versus CJ Stroud. Two young stars. Two amazing stars. I would maybe say, in a very defensive and close game, I would say the Patriots would take it. Truthfully. Am I confident in all these picks so far? Not at all. Because, I mean, this is truly the most, toss-up of a playoffs this year, so. Okay, here we go with the AFC and NFC championship games, and I'm thinking about something here. I think I didn't give the Jags enough credit, because they have been the hottest team in the league for, the past few weeks leading up into the playoffs. I just think Josh Allen's going to have a real good game and take him out. But I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking, with all the teams remaining here, I'm thinking if the Jags did beat the Bills in this, they would probably definitely go to the Super Bowl, if they could still stay as hot as they have been, at least. But anyways, NFC Championship, divisional NFC Championship, and I think the Rams could very well get hot again in a very close defensive game. That is if. This is all banking on if Davante Adams can, I mean, I forget if he pulled a hamstring or pulled his back or something, and he was a little bit shaky, last week. Or maybe the week before. But, yeah, I think if he really gets healthy again, Rams definitely take it to the Super Bowl. I mean, they were the best team in the second half of the season. All around second half of the season, I would say. And, yeah, Patriots versus Broncos. The matchup of, are these two teams both legit, or did they just have not bad schedules, but easy schedules? And I have them both going to the AFC Championship game. They very well could be beat by the Bills. They very well could be beat by the Texans, which I kind of regret this already. I think Texans could probably make it to the AFC Championship as well. Maybe. If they, for some reason, I feel like if they faced the Broncos, they would beat them. I don't know. But anyways, Patriots versus Broncos, and I have this being a low-scoring game, but I definitely have the Patriots beating the Broncos. Something about Patriots feel a little bit more well-rounded. Specifically, offensive-wise, I would say. I would definitely say that. And they're going to start using, Travion Henderson, finally. They saved him up for the playoffs. Well, here we go, and there we go. This is the Super Bowl that I think it'll be Rams versus Patriots. Now, truthfully, it could go anyway. The only thing, literally, I love these playoffs so much. The only thing I'm confident about is, Steelers are not going to make it to the Super Bowl. That is the only thing I'm confident about. And truthfully, if they get DK Metcalf back and fully healthy, that isn't even a guarantee either, It's really not. But anyways, Super Bowl here, Patriots versus Rams. See, with the way it's going, if the Rams are back fully healthy, if the Rams are playing how they did this full season, then I would say Rams get it by a little bit. But also, too, though, something about the Patriots, could they be playoff risers? I kind of feel like Patriots will be playoff risers for just really no reason. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of Patriots culture, even though it's not the same team at all from the dynasties, but I don't know. I feel like, though, I'm feeling in a very close one. I'm feeling Rams, I will say. Now, maybe I should have looked up the technicalities of all these stats more often, or all these stats more. Right now, I'm just going off the knowledge that I have from watching the season, but I didn't do the deep dive, technicalities that I normally do before doing these. I kind of just did this on the fly. I mean, it's literally 30 more minutes until the playoffs, so I was, I was getting it done quickly. But that's it. There it is. Beautiful overcast day. Still got Christmas decorations up. Crazy, crazy, crazy beautiful day. Yeah, and got the pregame going too, of course. It was a very quick video, I know, but this was another Nick Mick production. This was another quick sports video, and just another document video technically too, and that's a document of my thoughts, and a document of what I think is going to happen. And, well, I mean, basically, that's what all the documents are, but just sometimes it's about spiritual, mental health stuff, sometimes it's about sports. That's the beauty of my channel. Thumbs up.